All right, it's Wednesday, so that means that it is Fit News time. Welcome to Fit News. We are, again, I'm on two cameras, so if I start looking at one, that's why. All right, let me make sure there we go. All right, so welcome to Fit News. Today I want to talk about diet culture because as women of the 70s and 80s, we kind of have been conditioned that the idea is to eat as little as possible and get as much cardio in as possible. And by doing these two things, then, we'll watch the pounds melt off, or we'll be able to maintain a healthy weight, or, if it were only that simple, right? Many times, if you remember that magazine at the grocery store, I think it was like Red Book. And I think Women's Day still exists to this day. But those often had like the perfect 2-week diet, and it would list the, 2 weeks worth of food, and it would be about, I don't know, let's say maybe 1,000 to 1,200 calories for a day. And it would list breakfast was half of a grapefruit and half a cup of yogurt, and then lunch was a huge salad and just fill it with some veggies, and then dinner was grilled chicken breast and a cup of broccoli, and call it a day. Now, if you were to follow that, I'm sure it would work for a little bit, right? Because clearly if you are restricting your calories by that much, well, yes, you will lose weight, but that's not sustainable, right? And so what I want to make sure that we are understanding is the most important thing when we're talking about maintaining a healthy weight. Now, remember that I don't advocate, I'm not standing here telling you, oh, we have to be super skinny, we have to be this, that, or whatever. I'm advocating a healthy weight as set between you and your healthcare provider, because we know that with a healthy weight, we can help to ward off certain diseases, certain cancers, other types of heart disease, many other health implications, right? Depend on us being a healthy weight. And so that's why we're talking about this. So how do we maintain that healthy weight? What's the best way to do that without what we used to do or used to see in magazines with super restrictive eating? Because that's not like lifelong, that's not sustainable, that's not any fun, right? We want to live, right? Protein. I know, I have spent so much time talking about protein, but really, I am telling you that if you start your day with 30 grams of protein, getting in that 30 grams of protein at your breakfast, that you're setting yourself up for success the rest of the day. Because getting in that protein immediately when you start your day helps to ward off those sugar cravings and those cravings to just grab the junk, okay? Now, I don't like to label foods, but let's call it what it is, right? I'm not saying you can't have Cheetos or whatever. Notice I came to that because I just had some. So what I'm saying is that the best way to help maintain your healthy weight as we age, as we go through this life journey, is to start our day with 30 grams of protein. And that might seem really daunting, like, oh my gosh, 30 grams of protein. How am I going to do that? Number one, let's go back to those magazines, because those magazines, like I said, usually advocated for having a half a grapefruit and a half cup of yogurt. Well, there's really little protein in that breakfast. So what happens is then you end up binging later, right? We don't want that to happen. If we get that protein in, then we're good to go. What I recommend is finding a breakfast that works for you, that you know that you can make every day. And I know you might think, well, that seems so boring to eat the same thing for breakfast every single day. But I'm telling you that the easiest way to maintain that healthy weight is to do the same thing over and over when it's healthy. I have had the same breakfast since February of 2007 when I first worked with a coach. And I have continued to have that same breakfast every day because A, I know that it gets me my protein, and B, it's quick and it's easy and it fits my schedule. I can travel with it. And again, I get the protein in right away. And that's what we want to do. We want to start our day off with that protein. So be sure to check your email today. I am sending you 2 recipes for breakfast that you can try to make sure and to help you get your protein in at breakfast. Once we've got our breakfast handled, then we can move on to the lunch, because remember, we don't just want to have a salad for lunch. A salad for lunch sets us up for that afternoon run to the snack bowl, right? That's got the chips, that's got the anything that really we probably want to not have too much of. But by the time we get there, we end up eating it all, right? If you want to have a salad, and I have a salad every day for lunch. Again, I keep everything the same. Everything I do for breakfast and lunch is the same. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Always the same. Dinner varies. But if we can take out some of those decisions that we have to make so we don't have decision fatigue, because when we have that decision fatigue, that's when we end up reaching for the Oreos, right, or something else. So start with breakfast. Try one of the 2 recipes that I am including in your email today. See how much better you feel by the time you get to lunch. This breakfast has 30 grams of protein. It's going to help to keep you fuller all morning and to keep you going till lunchtime, so you're not grabbing all the snacky snacks, okay? So give them a try. Let me know, do you have a favorite breakfast that has 30 grams of protein that you love to have every day? I'd love to know. Share it with everyone in the group. Make it a great week, ladies, and I will see you for Fit News next week. Get that protein in.